Stacker News Live. We're in some place across from the Bitcoin conference.
An undisclosed location.
Yeah, undisclosed.
Called Lincoln Eatery that's accepting Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. We're at Lincoln Eatery. Michael from Moshi onboarded this whole place, like a square block.
Orange pilled it.
Orange pilled it. It's going to be a quick Stacker News because Keyan's battery is running out. How much you got?
I got like 16%. We had to find a place to do this podcast very quickly, and we're here, and there's no outlets, so but we're gonna get it done
For
the stackers.
That's Shout out to Nout. I met Nout this weekend. That was cool.
That's right. I met so many people here. It's amazing. A lot of stackers in person for the first time. I don't know how many.
I ran into at least 10 people.
10?
10 people.
You ran into more than I did. How is that possible?
I don't know. There's a lot of stackers. They wanted the hat. Everybody recognized the hat.
I see. I don't know why they didn't come to me. I don't think I'm as friendly looking as you are.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
No, honestly, all the stackers were out representing here at the Bitcoin conference in Miami, and ready to jump into it. Right?
We are.
Yeah, let's jump into it.
Let's go. Okay, so the top story of the week was user Dad Beef posting that they make more on Stacker News as a passive observer than they do with their routing node, which is which is pretty cool. Yeah. So he has a routing node. Apparently, he's only earned 550 sats on his routing node. So he might not be running he might not be doing a great job of running his routing node, because I think I've heard of some people like Alex Bosworth, who's maybe like an insider and has a lot more information than other people, but he makes like $4,500 a month.
Wow.
Running a routing node. So it's possible to make a lot more from a routing node, but I think if you're maybe not doing all of the right things, it's actually kind of difficult to run a good routing node. Anyway, he said he stacked 204 sats from Stacker News that month relative to his routing node, which was 550 sats. I ended up tipping him a lot so that he officially earned more on Stacker News than he had in a year.
So what did he do as far as like Stacker News? Did he like post every day? Did he? I'm
actually not sure what
his routine was as a stacker.
I don't think he had 3 posts overall. One of them being his bio. He made a post about Samurai Wallet, and then has been commenting. Only for a couple of days. He's only been on it looks like he's only been on Stacker News since April 4th. Or no, March 23rd appears to be his first activity. So very, very young user, and stacking quite a few sats. And that a lot of people seem to like that one, and he earned 697 sats from that post. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Who was that?
Dad Beef.
Dad Beef. Keep it up, Dad Beef.
It's a great NIM.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the NIM choice.
Yeah, I was looking to see if we had any boosts from last week. We didn't get any boosts last week. But speaking of boosts, download the Fountain app.
Do we have boosts?
No, we don't have any boosts this time. But I was going to say, download the Fountain app. I also met Oscar.
Yes, we did. We met Oscar
that was
and
amazing.
Nick, the other co-founder. They're both great people.
That was amazing, right?
And Oscar actually looks merry. I don't know. like I said,
he looks merry.
It's not just a bit like a handle that he uses on Twitter. He actually is merry. I don't know if it's just when he's drunk, but I was when we were at the bar last night.
He wasn't drunk.
Or when he's drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when anyone has a drink, I just assume they're drunk.
But, okay.
It's very binary with me. But he has this like childlike expression on his face that he's like very happy.
He literally came up to me during RHR and he was like, "Yo, Car." I'm like, "Oscar?" And just gave him a big old hug. It was like the best feeling in the world. I love that man. He's creating cool stuff.
Yeah,
and I met his co-founder too.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah. He really gets it.
Yeah, he gets it too.
Yeah, Oscar gets it too. But it's just like cool to see them both. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, they're a great team, and really looking forward to the secret stuff that's going to be coming out of there very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Who's our next post?
Our next post is John Carvalho's AMA.
Oh yeah, how did that do? Because it was Sunday, right?
It was on a Sunday, and he also posted it a little bit differently than other people. He posted it in the morning and said, "Ask me a bunch of questions, and then I'll come back this afternoon and answer them."
Oh, okay, so he actually did it like strategically, I guess, where.
Yeah, he wanted it to go by fast in terms of his time commitment to it, I think.
Yeah,
but it was cool. It was a cool experiment.
Anything good?
A lot of good.
Yeah?
I don't know. I mean, John is just, I think, like generally very thoughtful. I mean, he's quite, I would say, I guess a lot of people would call him quite toxic, but I find him to be thoughtful, and I personally don't mind toxicity. So I find John pretty delightful. Anyway, he answered my question, which I was wondering, what are the primary books and thinkers and stuff that have influenced him, and I haven't read. He said Crypto Economics is the best Bitcoin book.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I haven't read that one. So.
I haven't read that one either.
Yeah, he's also.
What did he say about that one specifically?
He said there is only one good Bitcoin book, Crypto Economics, and even that one I would debate some aspects of, but at least it is intelligent, rational, and can be applied. So. Oh, that was great.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, he has other. I would check out this. If anyone hasn't read this whole thread, I would recommend reading the whole thread. It didn't get a ton of questions, but all of John's answers I think are very good, very high quality answers. A lot like Michael from Oshi's AMA, where he put a lot of thought into his answers. It
would be cool to have gotten him this Sunday as opposed to last Sunday before the announcement.
Oh. What announcement? Oh, you mean to ask him about Taro?
Yeah.
So Taro will come up next.
Yeah.
But oh, hello, Cooper. We have a new audience member, Cooper.
Yeah, we have audience people showing up.
Fellow Bitcoiner, Cooper.
But yeah, that would have been cool, right? To ask him those questions.
Oh, absolutely. Because I imagine he has a take on it. I haven't looked at Twitter since we've been here,
I
but
haven't looked at Twitter either. I can't wait to hear his thoughts on everything.
But this is actually the next story.
Is that the next story?
Is what we're talking about is Taro. So Lightning Labs released basically a new spec for providing assets that aren't Bitcoin over the Lightning Network, or sending assets that aren't Bitcoin over the Lightning Network.
Biggest news of the conference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there was a lot of big announcements. There was all the Jack Mallers stuff with NCR and all that kind of.
This was like the game-changing announcement, I think.
This one, I think, really, really got a lot of people interested in talking. I think more than all the other things, because the other things were almost like expected things. They're all things we were predicting. That even the Samson Mao stuff, we all kind of
knew that. We knew Jack was going to come in and do an announcement.
Exactly.
We knew it was going to be big, but we knew it was going to be an announcement.
Yeah.
The Taro stuff is like what everybody's talking about.
It was the most surprising.
At their Airbnbs, in the whole, you know what I mean? This is the stuff that everybody's like speculating on.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So.
Can you explain it to the stackers, like, really quickly, and then.
Yeah, basically within if you have on your Lightning node, you can open a channel that is aware of assets that aren't Bitcoin. Or no, you open a channel that is aware of assets that aren't Bitcoin, and you can send those assets across the network to another person who's aware of assets that aren't Bitcoin who wants to receive them. But all the nodes in between don't actually have to be aware that you're sending assets that aren't Bitcoin across the network. It just so basically it just allows you to send things like stable coins across the Lightning Network. That's really like the fundamental thing.
And what everybody's kind of hinting at.
And other types of assets, shit coins, NFTs, whatever you want. There's some talk about being able to do like more generic programming things within Taro. Apparently, you can send these assets along with perhaps some contract to execute on the asset. But I was reading some threads on Twitter today that suggests that you wouldn't be able to do arbitrarily powerful smart contract things. So
I think there's a lot of things that we were kind of playing it out maybe yesterday evening and kind of looking at where it all kind of goes to. And at that point, we all decided, or at least some of us decided that, hey, there might be kind of like you have like on-chain maximalists, and then you might have, I don't know, I feel like a civil war is coming with this coming.
Yeah.
Whenever this does happen, like we just kind of played it out, stackers, and looked to where it was going to go, and a lot of us kind of agreed like there might be like on-chain maximalists, and there might be like, you know, this new Lightning thing, and
it's certainly an inflection point.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And that's where like the big, I haven't talked to enough people yet, like to really get the, so I don't want to reserve my like opinion yet, but like it's a game changer. This is the biggest news of the week, in my opinion. Like besides the mining stuff that's coming out of there, because there's a good signal about mining.
Yeah, this seems like really big news. I haven't read the BIPs or anything, so I'm not too certain. I did see Roast Beef's talk on Taro and hear that, so I have a bit of a grip on it. But really, I mean,
what are people saying in the comments? Anything
really interesting? I mean, a lot of people are like, I don't want to route shit coins. This is kind of the civil war point.
Civil war. Yeah.
So there was an interesting tweet on Twitter that went around. I think it was like, this is going to divide people between network maximalists and asset maximalists.
Wow.
And so the people who are like, I don't want to send anything that isn't Bitcoin across the Lightning Network, those would be like asset maximalists. And so there might be other people, though, who are more so
network maximalists
and more so believe in Bitcoin, the blockchain, being legitimate.
And they're comfortable with the tokens on there. And like we had a person like that in our group where it was like they were a Bitcoin protocol network maximalist.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
Yeah, it'll divide people. And I wonder if there will be, when we get into the Civil War, if there will be those routing nodes in between the Taro nodes, if they actually prevent Taro from getting routed.
Think that's a thing?
Yeah, I bet you.
Whoa,
I bet
dude.
You might not actually be able to detect it at all, though, given the way messages on the Lightning Network are constructed. They're in this onion encrypted thing, so you might not be able to tell. You wouldn't be able to tell that it's actually happening. So they couldn't. They actually have no defense at all. But maybe they would start attacking Taro nodes.
You didn't tell me this last night. You were waiting for the show.
No.
You were waiting for the show.
I'm just like you said there will be a civil war, and I'm like, what would actually happen in a civil war? I'm not sure there are many technological attacks because the Lightning Network is fairly private from a sender's perspective.
Wow, I'm just kind of thinking that through right now. Sackers, let us know in the boost what you think, or on Sacker News under this thread. What is the name of the thread again?
It's announcing Taro, a new protocol for multi-asset Bitcoin.
Oh,
and
K-Rook published it?
Yeah,
okay.
K-Rook shared it. I don't think he's at the conference. I haven't seen him. So
I haven't seen him either.
Yeah, but Ryan
Gentry did a whole write-up on it?
Gentry wrote it up.
Cool.
There was another Stacker News user who posted all of the resources for Taro that came out, all of the BIP, the more detailed engineering documents. But this is Ryan Gentry's summaries.
It's big news.
It is. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how it advances.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it advances. Yeah. We'd love to hear John Cavallo's thoughts on it.
Yeah, likewise. Because they do have a competing protocol, which just from my perspective, which is very naive, seems like it has some drawbacks versus Taro. Taro seems a little more to benefit more from the existing Lightning Network than John Carvalho's protocol at Synonym. But I'm sure John has a great defense of Synonym's work, or perhaps they end up using something like this anyway.
Your battery's running low. So
How
much time we got left?
We have
got 10% left.
We have 10%. We went through 5, so we should be good for the rest of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So so the next one is a feature suggestion from Fiat Joff.
Okay.
There was a user, I think it was Darth Coin, who asked about why his channels on Lightning often get force closed, and he basically wanted to know, and so Fiat Joff is basically saying, Darth Coin got a lot of tips for this question, but wouldn't it be nice if all those tips that Darth Coin got had to be distributed to the best answer?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So reward, but well, technically doesn't like an upvote.
An upvote goes to Darth Coin,
but inside the comments though, I thought it goes to the person who leaves the comment.
Yeah, if you upvote someone in the comments, it goes to that commenter.
Yeah.
But what Fiat Joff is saying is Darth Coin shouldn't get a bunch of tips for asking a question. It's the answer to the question that should get all the tips.
Oh.
The best answer to the question.
Interesting.
So he thought that was or he suggested that as a feature. I think it's not a bad feature suggestion.
Would it be something harder to implement, like on the?
It's just really the problem with most of these things is it's hard to communicate. Like this post, when you tip it, it doesn't go to the user; it goes to someone else.
But I also have that problem too, though, stackers. Like whenever I write something on Thriller Bitcoin or release a podcast somewhere, somebody will beat me to it, and they take my sats for my work, and I can't do anything about that. It's fair game, because when you publish something on the web, it's for whoever to take and make their own. At least that's what I feel.
Well, yeah. Well, what you're talking about is a different feature than what Fiat Joff is suggesting. Fiat Joff is suggesting for a question, this is what should happen. But what you're suggesting is that when someone posts a story from Thriller Bitcoin, perhaps they don't get all the sats from that. Instead, they go to you, or perhaps they could. I
actually don't mind them doing that.
Okay.
But to me, it feels like the same thing. But I guess it's under the Stacker News community. Maybe it's different.
It's a bit of a different feature suggestion, but they're related. Like, wouldn't it be nice if when you tipped a post, you could maybe choose where it went to?
Yeah.
Or when you tipped a post, or when you posted a post, you could choose who would get the sats that were tipped for the post. So
yeah, let us know, Stackers, what you want to.
They had a discussion in here. A lot of people said they really liked the idea. Phaedrus, also who you met this weekend, commented as well. They had done some posts on a Stack Overflow for Bitcoin. Tristan just threatened to kick the camera.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Okay. I also posted this question that.
What is the question?
Under what conditions would a Lightning channels be forced closed automatically? I posted to the Bitcoin Stack Exchange. There's a lot of great stuff on Bitcoin Stack Exchange if you're ever looking for stuff. Merch, who works at Chain Code Labs,
he made it.
Yeah, he doesn't make it, but he's on there all the time answering questions. Anyway, that's just related to the top story. Cool. Our fifth top story is how to earn sats. A user asked. It says. Hello crypto.
Right?
Hello crypto 99.
Or like Justin just told us. Loast, Lightning Post, Loast. I think that's what he said.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear that from Justin.
Yeah, we were just talking to Nout and them outside the conference.
Oh.
And he was like, "You guys are Stacker News fans. You do a lot of loasting." I was like, "Oh, Lightning posting." Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
What's up, Tristan? Okay.
I don't know.
What? Okay. Tristan had an off-topic question.
Oh, I thought you had a topic on the. Okay. So what question are they asking? The how to earn sats?
Yeah, they're asking how to earn sats. I think they were talking about on Stacker News specifically, but a bunch of users chimed in and said, here are all the kind of services that I'm aware of that allow you to earn sats, things like MicroLancer.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like directly on Stacker News. I thought that was pretty obvious.
But I mean, they got a lot of great answers, and that was one of the top four. So it's a nice thread compiled of like how you can earn sats here and there.
That's cool.
On the web. All right. And now my top story of the week, that was the fifth one that we had. My top story was Breeze announcing their plans to upgrade their app. So
this week, yeah.
They're considering I think they've decided to transition to, rather than running a Lightning node on your phone, what they're going to do is use Core Lightning's new Greenlight service, which basically runs a node for you in the cloud, but you hold your keys on your device. So you still maintain custody of your keys, but you don't have the overhead of running the node on your phone. So
yeah, because it would heat up basically, right? Like when Breeze, when I run Breeze.
Yeah,
like
that's what
Bitcoin thing. It just heats up.
Yeah, was that you who told me that? Yeah, I think someone was telling me about
it
the
does.
heat.
Like I can do a turn on right now, kill my battery, but it's nothing that. Yeah, it's just running on.
Yeah, I mean it's syncing the blockchain. It's catching up to the tip, and it's also running an LND node, I believe, like directly on your phone.
Right.
So it's quite resource intensive. The user experience isn't super great. So I think
Yeah, I mean,
Greenlight is great.
I think personally, like if you can find a way to make your app work where it's like actually useful and people see a need for it, then to me that's fine. You don't have to, you don't have to stay so stuck on like it has to be decentralized. Maybe.
Wait, it's not centralized. It's
Well,
not.
wouldn't it be if it's on the cloud though?
No.
Oh, really?
So
Why is
the node is running in the cloud, but the important part, the keys are on your phone.
Oh.
So it doesn't. I mean, I don't. There's a little. You sacrifice a little bit of sovereignty as a result of not running the node, but
can you? Well, because you need the private key, right?
Yeah. So they can't spend your funds, basically. But you're you're trusting them to keep running your node. That's basically the main trust that you have in them. And there's likely less good security. I mean, privacy as a result of doing this.
What
But
were some of the
security
stackers
is
saying?
equivalent.
The same thing? Were they confused like me about the node in the cloud, but the keys on the phone?
No, I think most of them get it because they.
Okay.
I mean, they had the opportunity to like learn about Greenlight, and most of them were kind of already aware of it. We only 4 people really commented on it,
okay.
but it is a new.
Why do you find it interesting for?
I think Greenlight is really a really interesting design. I think it shows that they thought about what are the problems running something on mobile, and how do we make it work in the current system that we have. So like good engineering is like assessing the environment and coming up with a solution that suits the environment, and while admitting to all of the trade-offs that happen. And that's really what I feel like they've done with Greenlight. They've taken the important part that's very easy to store and cheap to store on a phone, which is the keys, and giving the user control of the keys, while taking the part that doesn't really make sense to run on a phone just yet and putting that somewhere else. And I think that's just good engineering, personally.
Boss. My favorite, I know you didn't get a chance to get it for me, but I'm sure it's on Stacker News. I have 2 favorite articles, but they kind of both are the same.
Okay.
One's from the Bitcoin company,
Okay.
winning
That's right.
winning pitch day.
Okay.
And then the other one is from just Michael from Oshi, like literally being here, less than 7 days and like getting this block and like a couple other places here in town on a Bitcoin standard. And he did that in less than 7 days. It's crazy to see. Like, basically, I want to say is like both those teams, like the Bitcoin company, Oshi, have just been having an amazing week.
They've been killing it. Also,
they've been killing it in Miami.
Yeah, the Bitcoin company also beat me in the pitch competition. So I'm actually a little salty about that. But
really, you're salty? So you're on the anti-Ben side?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
I just downloaded Fold app and Lolly, and I'm deleting my the Bitcoin company. No, I'm not serious.
No, he's not serious. But you did lose to them.
I did lose. I lost ungraciously.
But like honestly though, like Ben, he like literally went on stage and just
killed it.
He killed it. It was like one of the best pitches I've ever seen.
Really? It was that good?
I think it was that good. Like Carmen said it best. He was like, he literally went on stage and just like went like that, and everybody got it. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has incredible charisma. Yeah. What are you gonna do? All right. So we'll go over the top stackers now. John Carvalho stacked the most with his AMA, 43,000 sats. KR stacked the next most. Then me, I don't count. Ulf Moby.
Who's off Moby? He's a new stacker.
No, he's not new. He's actually been on the site for a long time.
He
Usually posts original content.
Okay.
So he'll write up some take that he has, a fairly lengthy take, and
cool.
Do quite well.
I've seen those original posts.
Undergotten. This is a new user, apparently a carpenter, trying to sell pieces of woodwork for Bitcoin, but he really wants a sub dedicated to carpentry. So hopefully we can give him that someday. And Majin also stacked quite a bit. After that, our top spenders. I was a top spender. I spent nearly $25 on the site this month.
Cool.
Blue Slime spent almost as much as me. This was really interesting, actually. Blue Slime was on a flight to Miami from somewhere, and they said, while I'm on this, they posted a thread, and they're like, while I'm on this flight, any comment in this thread will get 2,000 sats from me. So they were literally airdropping sats
really?
from a plane.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And they ended up giving out like 40,000 sats as a result of that.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
he's airdropping sats on a plane to Miami.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
Shout
pretty-
out to Blue Slime. That's an interesting way to do it.
They did post it while I was on the flight from Austin to Miami, and I wonder if they are an Austin Bitcoiner who is like pseudonymously using Stacker News, and I just don't know who they are.
Were you on that flight where everybody came on?
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. I was on a flight with like 25 Bitcoiners to Miami.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Bitcoiner flight.
It was Pierre.
Well, don't dox them.
Oh, okay. It's not really doxing. Pierre's here. Everyone knows Pierre's here. Anyway,
Paul.
Paul
Paul.
from Sphinx Chat is
Wow.
those are from his jobs. John from Zaprite, obviously,
Yeah.
with his job, and then also John Carvalho spent around
John came
10,000
back
sats.
and, like, put it back in the site.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love seeing that. Like somebody will do an AMA. Is he the first one that's done that? Like he did an AMA, earned a lot of sats, and then put it right back in?
No, so he didn't. That's actually not him putting it back in.
Oh,
He
really?
actually boosted his post when he posted his AMA.
Interesting.
He boosted it with 10,000 sats. So
Boss.
yeah, just went right for it.
We got some jobs there.
Yeah,
Finally.
our top jobs for this week. We have Zaprite is hiring a full stack engineer. I recently listened to his podcast with Marty, and I recommend listening to it if you want to learn more about Zaprite. But it has a fairly, I think, a product that I think the market actually wants, and so if you're looking to work in Bitcoin, consider working with John. Sphinx Chat is hiring a Kotlin developer. I met Paul this weekend. Mad respect for Paul. I think he's done some really creative things in the space. Heavily inspired Stacker News.
Really?
And he's also a really just great guy too. I mean, we only interacted with him briefly, but and everyone I interact with who knows Paul is like, "Have you met Paul? Paul's amazing." And so,
Oh wow.
pretty awesome to meet him. His other job from Stackwork. If you listen to a lot of Bitcoin podcasts, you get paid sats to summarize them
Really?
through Stack. Through
I listen to a lot of TFTC podcasts.
yeah, you might be able to get paid to transcribe them
That's
through
cool.
Stackwork.
I'll look into that.
Yeah,
Man, boss.
yeah. Well, those are the top jobs, and unless you have anything, Car.
I just wanted to get to the part because we're about to lose our stream here in three minutes probably. Just want to give a quick shout out to all the stackers we saw here at Bitcoin Conference. We'll probably have to skip my shill segment because we're just running out of thing. But also, what's your highlight of the conference?
Really just meeting everyone that I met that I hadn't had a chance to meet in person before. I think that was really just spending time with people. I met like a bunch of founders I'd only talked to online here. And it's just cool to like flesh and blood meet people.
Yeah.
I met VCs that I only talked to online. So
Yeah.
it's
Same.
amazing. Bitcoiners in person are better than Bitcoiners
Yeah,
online.
Bitcoiners in person is the same online. We're literally at 1%. So we'll see you next week, stackers. We love you.
Ciao.
Keep stacking. See you next time.